Good morning and welcome to Upper Body Monday. Right, find ourselves a space and just get ourselves warmed up. We're just going to start by jogging gently on the spot. Nothing too onerous. Again, just getting our heart rate up just a little bit. Just getting ourselves ready and moving from not moving to moving. Not exercise to exercising. That's it. Just get things moving gently. Nicely done. And from there, into some star jumps and jumping jacks. Getting those big joints moving. Getting that synovial fluid flowing. Nicely done. Then back into this jogging on the spot.
Good morning.
Good morning, my cats. Good to see you. You have a good weekend?
Yeah, good. Very busy, but good.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we can kick those out. Right. So this morning, we're going to do 6 exercises covering the whole of our upper body. We're going to start off with some work on our back, on our lats. By getting into a bent over position, we're going to do some bent over rows. So you can keep that back nice and straight. It might feel like you have to stick your backside out a bit more. That's okay. We're going to just like pull with our backs to raise the arms and slowly return them back to the start position. Morning, Jason.
Hey.
So again.
Hi, everyone.
So just keeping your back nice and straight, all the way up, big squeeze, and all the way back down. From there, going to stand up straight. We're going to go into a combination movement of upright rows to shoulder press. So bringing the arms in front of the body, palms facing, keeping the weights as close as you can to your body. Going to bring your arms up to your shoulder, elbows get to shoulder height. Spin your arms underneath, drive them up to the ceiling, and slowly bring them back down. Again, all the way down the front of your body. So you can see that from the side. Again, you can just see the weights don't move much beyond that center line. From there, we're going to go some lateral raises. Just going to sort this t-shirt out one moment. Then we'll do some lateral raises. There we go. Arms by the side of our body, palms facing towards the body itself. And we're going to raise the arms up to shoulder height and slowly bring them back down to the start. So we look at that from the side. Again, bringing the arms up. The thumb should be definitely lower than the little finger. Again, to make sure we're engaging our shoulders, not our arms. After we've done those, we're going to go to some hammer curls. So again, keeping the palms facing each other. We're going to bring both arms up at the same time and both arms back down. So you look at it from the side, elbows are pinned in, so you get only movement you've got is of the forearms. So remember, as we squeeze to come up, squeeze and get to the top, and gently lower as we go down. From there, we're going to go to some tricep overhead extensions. So bring your arms up, pin your elbows to the side of your head, and let your arms go as far down your back as you can. You're going to drive your arms up into the air by squeezing your triceps, and slowly bring them back down. Again, paying big attention to that kind of stretch that you can get down your back. All the way up, all the way back down. And then from there, into our final exercise, which is our rear delts. So back into a bent over position, palms facing one another, raise your arms to each side, and then just stop before the shoulder blades move, turning back to the start. Again, look at it from the side, all the way up, all the way back down. Okay, any questions? Cool. In which case, let's make a start with our 10 bent over rows. Go to the usual 4 sets, 10, 10, 12, 15. So get ourselves into position, back nice and straight. Arms like levers, just dangling in front of us. I'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, standing straight up. Again, keeping our arms in front of us, palms facing the body. So go to upright rows to shoulder press. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there's lateral raises, so arms to the side of our body, palms facing one another. We're going to bring our arms up to shoulder height. I'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, keeping our arms, palms facing one another, we're going to hammer curls, dual arm. We've got that extra range of motion because we can use arms are not going to bump into our legs. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and from there, tricep overhead extensions, pinning the elbows to the side of our head. Again, really driving the arms up into the air by squeezing our triceps. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Bring the arms down, back into our bend over position for our rear delts, arms facing one another. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, stand up straight, have a break, grab a drink. Got the timer on. We're doing good for time. Excellent. Hopefully you guys had good weather as well over the weekend. It was absolutely glorious here. It was brilliant for a change.
So you're off to London tomorrow, is it?
Yes.
Evening.
I know. In the morning, so I'll leave here about 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Wow.
I've got a couple of
It's an
clients.
early rise.
Yeah, well, it means that I can spend a bit more time here today, which is always good. Get at least one meal with the family.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know about you, but it's just always travel, and it's just not good. I remember well, just before COVID, I was traveling all over the place, and in 3 months, I might only be home maybe, I don't know, the equivalent of 2 or 3 weeks, which worked. You know, got us through everything. And then Sarah noticed when we were during the COVID period, she said, "This is the first year we've actually spent together the entire year."
Yeah.
And that was like, "Oh, okay, well, that needs to change a little bit." But to be frank, she wouldn't be happy if I was around all the time anyway. She likes a bit of peace and quiet. However, there's no peace and quiet when we're going to set number 2. We've got work to do. Okay.
Let's go to work.
Yeah, absolutely. So back into our bent over position, back into our bent over rows. And we're going to concentrate on that feeling in our back. So really try and connect with our lats as we pull our arms up. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, standing up straight. And then moving into upright rows to shoulder press. So again, change our focus, moving from our back to our shoulders. That medial delt across the top of our shoulders, to be precise. I'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. From there, move our arms to the side of our body, palms facing one another, as we go into lateral raises. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Keeping our arms by our side, pinning our elbows into our bodies, we're going to hammer curls. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, bring our arms over our head, bring our elbows to the side of our head as well. Transferring our focus into our triceps as we move into tricep overhead extensions. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And back into our bent over position as we go into rear delt flies. So again, shifting our focus into those smaller posterior delts just on our backs. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, pop the weights down, have a break, grab a drink, pop the timer on.
I've got a question, Martin.
Go for it.
I've changed weight, so I upgraded them, and I'm struggling doing the lateral raises and upside road shoulder press. Is it?
Yep, upright rows
No,
to
not
shoulder
shoulder
press.
press. No, tricep overhead extension.
Yep. Okay.
Because I went from 5 kilos to 10 kilos, so I'm struggling on those two.
Okay.
So that's why is it a problem if I do upright rows with just one weight instead of both of them?
So that will take you back down to the equivalent of 5s, won't it? So it might be easier just using the 2 5s. That might be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So no worries. But it's a good observation. What I would recommend though is on the last set, the where we normally try and do 15, go for the heavier weights. But even if you fail at sort of 5 or 7 or 10, it doesn't matter, because then that
Okay.
way you'll start to progress a little bit more with your heavier weights.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so sets 1 to 3, lighter weight. Set 4, go for the heavier ones. All right. Speaking of set number 3,
There we go. We're in there.
that's like perfect timing. Okay, so back into our bent over position, back into our bent over rows. Think about timing this time. So faster on the way up, squeeze your back, and then slow on the way down. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, standing upright as we got into our upright rows to shoulder press. And keeping palms facing the body. Same again, faster on the way up, slow and controlled on the way down. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, moving over into our lateral raises. So again, faster on the way up, slow and controlled on the way down. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, keeping our palms facing one another, arms tucked into the side, elbows tucked in as we go into hammer curls. Fast on the way up, squeeze when you get to the top, and slow and controlled on the way down. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, into tricep overhead extensions. Arms overhead, elbows pinned to side of the body. Same as we did with the biceps. So fast on the way up, really squeeze those triceps when you get to the top, and slow and controlled on the way down. Really make them stretch all the way down your back. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, back into our rear delt. Make sure your back's nice and straight. This one again, fast on the way up, slow and controlled on the way down. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, have a break, grab a drink. Oh, is it next week you're moving, Magat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I found them now very, very light. I need to find a balance between those, the lighter
Yeah.
one and the very heavy one.
So what we'll do is make sure the final set will use your heavier weight,
Yep.
which we know is going to fail. Then when you've got to the point where each time you can do the 15 reps on the final set, then start bringing into set number 3. So do sets 1 and 2 with your 5s, and sets 3 and 4 with your 10s. And what we'll do is just keep progressing like that until you do all 4 sets with your 10s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
No worries. There's always a way to get some progression in there. Nicely done.
Trying.
Oh, definitely. That's all we can do. And there'll be some weeks, for example, you'll be doing it, and you won't get the same number of reps as the previous week because you've just had a stressful week, or just haven't slept as well, or it might be you've eaten differently, or you're excited about something, and that's perfectly normal as well. So don't. It's not like a linear progression all the time. It'll go up and down slightly, but in general, it'll go up over time. That's why sometimes you just have to take a longer period of time to see the progress. Speaking of progressing, we need to do set number 4. So this is definitely the time to put the heavier ones in.
Yep.
Okay. Right, so our last and final set, 15 reps, bringing everything together. Great form, great feeling and connection with the muscles, and great timing. So we're going to start off with these bent over rows. Fast on the way up, slow on the way down. Really connect with that lats in your back so you can feel them squeeze. Start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, standing up straight. Bring your arms into front of the body, palms facing the body. As we go to upright row to shoulder press. Focus now on that medial delt. Fast on the way up, slow and controlled on the way down. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, moving to the arms to the side of the body, go to our lateral raises. So again, bring them arms up perfectly straight to the side, thumb lower than our little finger, fast on the way up, slow and controlled on the way down. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, keeping our arms tight by our side, pin our elbows in as we go to hammer curls. Fast on the way up, squeeze when you get to the top, slow and controlled on the way down. Really concentrate on that feeling in your biceps. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, from there, tricep overhead extensions. So arms overhead, elbows pinned side of our head. Really concentrate on that feeling in your on your triceps. Fast on the way up, slow and controlled on the way down. Feel that stretch on the way down. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, last and final exercise of this morning session into our rear delt flies. Back into our bent over position. Again, change our focus now into our posterior rear delts. Fast on the way up, slow and controlled on the way down. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, pop the weights down, grab yourself a drink. How was that?
Was good. I got to 12 on overhead extensions. And lateral raises, I went to 10, I think, or 12 too.
Nice one. Nicely done. Again, gives you room to progress. This is always a good thing. Nicely done.
Brings up a good point, actually, in general. Should we be always failing? I mean, is the goal to for every single one to have
in the final
finish?
Yeah, in the final set, if you can fail, that's great. But it all depends on what you're using the sessions for. So for me, I don't try and fail in these sessions. Straight after here, I do my hours set. So I use the half an hour as a warm-up for me to get it working, so I keep a lower weight. But if you're using this as like your principal training set, yeah, definitely. So push it to failure on that final set. So in sets 1, 2, and 3, just with these like warm-up sets, really, they're trying to get everything working. You're trying to deplete things like your muscles, so you're almost like pre-exhausted by the time you get into your final set. So your final set should always be tough if you're trying to do this as your main session of the day. Yeah.
Understood. Yeah, I think I haven't been pushing it as much as I should have, because I think a lot of the ones I just go through without working hard. I mean, working, but I don't know. I mean, I've been back and forth. I haven't been so consistent the last few months, so it's sort of like always rebuilding, as you always say. But I think once I get to that point of more consistency, then I'll consider that.
Definitely, it's worth if this is the main session, it's always worthwhile doing, because that's where the adaptations start to happen. So you've got there's a principle called the specific adaptations by imposed demands, and that's just the way the body grows. So the more when your body's under stress, that's when it actually starts to change, and especially from a physiological point of view. So yeah, if you can get it to the point where it cannot do it, then what it does is it's thinking, okay, well, next time they're going to do this to me again. I need to have changed. And it's a bit like when you've got things like scar tissue on your skin, if you've cut yourself and it grows over stronger. So it gets thicker than the rest of the skin that's around it. And that's the same as what's happening inside the muscles effectively. All you're doing is just building more and more muscle fibers so that effectively you've got more things that you can engage. But that only happens when you take it to failure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, all we're doing is conditioning what we've already got, which is a good thing as well. It's not a bad thing, but it doesn't allow you to like take a growth piece.
Right. Right. I mean, with certain muscles, obviously you want to grow, like, you know, your arms and legs and stuff, not just for strength, but I mean, there's little muscles in the, like the upper back or whatever, it's hard to feel like you want to grow them. You just want to keep them strong for support.
Yeah.
You know? But that's also factored with the fact that we go 10, 10, 12, 15.
Yeah.
Like that, I think in the early days, in the COVID days, when no one could get weights and everyone had one small weight, then I think the 10, 10, 12, 15 was structured to make you at least more stress your body with the same weight.
Yeah, I mean, there's loads of little techniques you can use. I mean, just doing pyramid sets like we do here, where they get slightly bigger, means that by the time you get to the end, you should be more tired. But if you can imagine, you've got 3 different levers you can pull. You've got your the amount of weight you can move.
Right.
You've got your number of reps you can do and the number of sets, or you've got the amount of time it takes you to do them. And those are the kind of the 3 big things. So when I'm saying take your time, so when you bring it down, that's exaggerating the amount of time under load that you've got. So we're utilizing another one of those techniques to try and, again, make the most of slightly smaller weights that we might have, or just controlling the weights. Plus, if you're using smaller weights, you're less likely to damage yourself, because that's the other thing you tend to find. Some people in the gym, they'll go with the biggest weights they can. They end up throwing around things that they can't actually control, and that's where damage happens, and it can be quite critical damage. Whereas actually just slowing things down means that you're putting more load under the muscles for a longer period of time, and you can do that with a smaller weight. It doesn't make a big difference. But you're absolutely spot on.
Then your body compensates in other ways to get it up, and then you have, you know, lower back or core issues. Yeah,
that's right. And then it's like, cool.
Thanks.
No worries. Right. Have a super day ahead. I look forward to seeing you guys next Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.